Hi, I'm an information specialist for the Genetic and Rare Diseases Information Center, also known as GARD. During this video, I'll share tips for learning about what research studies for rare or genetic diseases are available. This video is for everyone, whether you want to take part in a study or just learn all you can about research on a condition. GARD is a service for the public that's funded by two parts of the National Institutes of Health, the National Center for Advancing Translational Sciences, NCATS, and the National Human Genome Research Institute. To get started, visit the Get Involved in Research page on the NCATS GARD website. This page lists the websites and tools that I'll be talking about in this video. The goal of research studies can vary from learning more about the cause of a condition and how it affects the body to finding new treatments. If you're new to learning about studies, we suggest you begin by reading the NIH resource page, The Basics, NIH Clinical Research Trials in You. This article will help you understand the types of studies, the meaning of informed consent, what to consider as you look for a study, and it also gives information on patient registries. Before I introduce you to some great websites to help you find studies, let me suggest a few search tips. Start by using the name of your condition. If you don't find any studies, try using a different name or making your search wider by combining words that describe the condition, such as inflammatory skin or genetic, neuromuscular. If you aren't sure which search terms to use, try using words that you see often when you read about your condition. You can also search for a type of treatment like stem cells or gene therapy. Clinicaltrials.gov is an NIH website that has information on publicly and privately funded clinical studies in the United States and other countries. The information on the website is provided by the researchers doing the studies. You can search for trials that test new or existing treatments or studies looking at the causes, signs, and symptoms of a condition. You can limit your search to studies that are currently open for people to enroll in and by geographic location. Once you find a study that you want to learn more about, read the summary describing what happens in the study and who's eligible to join it. Choosing to take part in a study is an important personal decision. Talk with your healthcare provider and family members or friends about deciding to join a study. To learn more about a study, you or your healthcare provider may contact the study research staff using the contact information provided at the bottom of the study page. Asking about a study in no way signs you up to be in it. You can ask all your questions before making a decision about whether or not to enroll in the study. If you're interested in research at the NIH in Bethesda, Maryland, you can use the NIH Clinical Research Study website. You can also request help finding research studies by calling the NIH Patient Recruitment and Public Liaison Office toll-free at 1-800-411-1222. Another NIH website to know about is Reporter. This site has information on all NIH-funded research activities. Some of the studies may be enrolling people. Other studies don't enroll people, but researchers may be working in a lab to understand a condition at a more basic or cellular level and looking for samples such as blood or tissue from those with the condition. For more information about a study, contact the research leading the study, who's called the principal investigator or project lead. The Rare Diseases Clinical Research Network is funded by the NIH and aims to develop rare disease treatments, increase knowledge, raise awareness, and connect patients to services. It's assisted by the efforts of researchers, doctors, and patient groups. Visit rarediseasesnetwork.org for a list of conditions currently being studied. Orphanet is a European database for rare diseases and is another source for learning about clinical trials and research studies. In addition to these sites, we suggest that you contact advocacy groups to learn more about research opportunities. Check the GARD disease pages to see if any organizations are listed for your condition. You may also want to see if there's a patient registry for your condition. Patient registries collect and organize health information. They help researchers design new studies and find people who might want to be in a study. If a biobank or biorepository is available, this allows you to give tissue and blood samples that can be used by researchers. To find registries and biobanks, you can search on Clinicaltrials.gov, or you can search the Registry of Patient Registries at patientregistries.ahrq.gov. New registries for rare diseases are formed each year. The Global Rare Diseases Patient Registry Data Repository is an NCATS program to help rare disease patient groups start their own patient registries. Being part of a study sometimes means that you need to travel to a research center. In the Support for Patients and Families section of the NCATS GUARD website, you'll find resources for getting help with the cost of travel. If you still have a hard time finding research studies available for your rare genetic disease after following these tips, please contact a GUARD information specialist.